we finally made it to the main event of Bellator 256. Y'all already know what fight it is. We have Ryan Bader and Lyoto Machida 2. This is the rematch. If you guys were wondering when the last time these two guys fought, it was back in 2012, I believe. And Ryan Bader lost the fight by second round knockout. But remember, this was 2012. Ryan Bader at this time was mainly a wrestler, tries to take you down and landed a lot of good little tabbity shots on the ground. Try to get the ground and pound TKO win. Try to win the fight by unanimous decision. He's trying to mainly implement that wrestling game plan in his early career inside the UFC back in 2008 to all the way up to, I believe, 2015. All these fights right here were mainly wrestling performances. I mean, decision win over Rashad Evans, decision win over Phil Davis, decision win over OV St. Preux, decision win. All these wins are coming by decision. Not many KO TKO wins from Ryan Bader early in his career, but after that loss to Anthony Johnson back in 2016, my first round TKO, he kind of shifted his game plan a little bit to be more of a striker, to try to get more knockouts in his career. And after that loss to Anthony Johnson, he really showed his striking. Second round knockout win, third round knockout win, decision win over Phil Davis, second round knockout win, first round knockout win, decision win over Matt Machida, and a first round knockout win. Out of all 7 of these fights right here, 5 of them being KO TKO wins in the first, second, or third round. So after that loss to Anthony Johnson, he really kind of shifted his game plan from more of a wrestling game plan to try to take you down over and over again, get a lot of ground pound, to more of a striking based game plan, to where if he's not doing too good in the striking game, he could go for those takedowns. He does have very good striking, and you've seen those fights against Muhammad Lawal and Fedor Emelianenko, 15 seconds and 35 seconds into the first round, literally just doing this and knocking them out in the first round. I mean, that has been a main part of his game plan, just using that check left hook in both of those fights against Fedor and Muhammad Lawal. He does have that wrestling to fall back on in the fight. Even in this fight against Lyoto Machida, even if the striking is not really doing too good for Ryan Bader, which I still think Ryan Bader is going to have the striking advantage in the fight, even if it is not doing good in the striking game in the fight, he could fall back to the wrestling, take Lyoto Machida down, go for some ground and pound shots, and win the fight that way. But overall, I think the fight is going to stay on the feet every now and then. We will see a couple takedowns from Ryan Bader in the fight. He does have the age advantage. He does have the height advantage. The race is pretty simple. 74 inches, 73 inches right there. So I think overall, the main way Lyoto Machida is going to win the fight is to win the fight by KO TKO due to a counter right hook. That is the main way. If Ryan Bader gets a little bit overzealous in the striking game and overcommits with a left hand or overcommits with a right hand, Lyoto Machida just needs to counter one of those shots with a head kick, with a big right hand of his own, and win the fight that way. But that is the main way I see Lyoto Machida winning the fight, is by a counter knockout or trying to play the counter puncher role in this fight against Ryan Bader and win the fight by unanimous decision. But overall, I think Ryan Bader is the younger fighter, obviously has a height advantage, has a power advantage, is a very good striker. And if you have a guy that is a very good striker, and if the striking is really even, the one thing that can kind of switch the tide into one guy's favor is the wrestling. And if the striking is very even, which it probably will be, Ryan Bader will go for that takedown, take Lyoto Machida down, make it a grinding wrestling performance, get a lot of ground pound, get a lot of control time, and win the fight that way. So I think the striking is going to be very even, but the thing that is going to play the biggest factor is Ryan Bader's ground pound, Ryan Bader's wrestling, all that type of thing. So I think Ryan Bader is going to get a takedown in the third round, get on top of Lyoto Machida, and get a TKO victory in the third round on Lyoto Machida. Should be a really good main event right here in the tournament quarterfinals in the light heavy division. The winner of this fight fights the winner of Corey Anderson, and I'm not really sure how to say that other guy's name. He's like a Russian or so. I don't even know how to say that other guy's name, but the winner of this fight is most likely going to be fighting Corey Anderson in the semifinals of this tournament, and the winner of that most likely will fight Vadim Nemkov. And I think Ryan Bader is going to win this fight against Lyoto Machida. I think Ryan Bader is also going to win the fight against Corey Anderson, against that Dovletsan Magomedov, however you say that other guy's name. I think Ryan Bader will be in the finals and fight in a rematch against Vadim Nemkov. It's going to be a really good fight there. But in this fight, for Bellator 256, I think Ryan Bader is going to go out there, do really good in the striking game, make it a really even fight in the striking game, take him down in the third round, and get a TKO victory over Lyoto Machida in the fight.